Now we're going to start getting into the occult part of using the Alchemic Mindset. This is actually, again, very simple. Like, simple that it's simple. So, like with anything occult related that you're trying to do, at the core of it, everything exists and everything is in a state of being. Therefore, if it exists, it can be targeted. Somebody has a protection spell? Okay, well, instead of targeting the person, target the protection. Just like that. There's, somebody's inflicted a curse upon you? Okay, well, target the curse. Or even better yet, somebody puts a curse on you. This is getting a little bit more creative and really bamboozling the person that tried hexing you. You can then take what curse or affliction they afflicted on you, afflicted with it, and sometimes the best thing to do, instead of go after it and try and cleanse it and fight against it, is let it stick, and then you pretty much make some form of sigil, symbol, or something kind of like a filter of some kind, and you pretty much infuse yourself with that symbol, put the symbol on you, or infuse yourself with the intent that let this mark, symbol, or whatever working you decide to go with to counteract this, whatever is doing X to me, like say if you're being cursed and now you can't get your financial stability, put it this way. Whatever has me afflicted and preventing me from getting my financial stability, instead put it as in, alright, well, I'm afflicted with a curse, so I'm instead just going to put something that makes me automatically, instead of being cursed and having a decay of financial security, instead of that happening, that mark will instead take that negative state and then just flip it. And that way, you're not fighting it. All you're doing is you're just having a symbol be put there, and while it's doing its thing, the symbol is catching it, and it's filtering it out. And the best thing about that is the person who hexed you or went against you, they won't know what the heck just happened. They hex you, and then they see you go down, and all of a sudden you just shoot back up. And funny thing is as long as that curse, plague, hex, or whatnot's on you, that mark is still going to go like, nope, filter, and go up instead of down. And for the longest time, people, or the person hexing you, is not going to understand, I thought I just hexed you, and all of a sudden you're doing better? Well, for one, you just bamboozle them pretty good to the effect of either they're going to try and do it again, making you go up even more, or they're just going to not worry about you anymore and leave you be, or they're going to try something else. And all you got to do is something like that. Oh no, hex? Not. Thanks for making me more empowered, by the way. And sometimes, again, you don't have to literally go at something or someone. You could definitely go towards somebody's state of mind. You can swing at somebody's protection. You can swing at somebody's love stand, like their standing regarding somebody else. You can even swing at somebody's, like, let's just say if they work with like an entity, you can swing at the entity. You can, but you got to know what you're doing, and you got to be really potent and strong enough to actually gain that dominion over them. Take for an example, like some time ago, there was I cannot remember its name, but it was terrorizing a friend of mine that I'm in the group with, and this being was tormenting his family and making a hot mess. Well, needless to say, I pretty much just told him what he could do, which is just stand your ground and just not have it. But as well, on the outside, I was actually doing work targeting the fiend and actually having it be redirected towards me, rather. And the whole time, I was doing stuff like restricting it, pretty much trolling it, and holding it back by using Saturnian types of working. Like if it starts to go swinging at my friend's children, no. Just because you're an ancient fiend doesn't mean you can act like a child. I thought, if you were this old, I think you probably learned not to cause havoc. You're how old now? Grow up. But then had it come towards me, and, decided, oh, I'm going to throw a hissy fit around here. No. Mm-mm. That's really how you got to be. You just got to be strong enough just to say, no. Oh, you think because you're on the astral side, you think you're free to do as you please? No. Law of consequence. An entity comes into your home, throws a hissy fit. Its consequence is you responding, telling it to sit and behave, or out. See? Nothing is free from the law of consequence, and everything can be targeted. Don't matter how old it is, what it is, physical or astrally, it don't matter. Everything and anything can be targeted. But if it's effective, depends on you and how strong you can do it. Because believe it or not, everything, even though it may seem near impossible, has a way to break it. Everything has a way to break it. However, though, it all comes down to how mentally potent you are. Because if you're mentally potent, you can just outplay anybody or anything. It just depends on you and how you go towards it. That being said, in a way, yes, if you want to actually take it to the fact of like, does that mean I can do this to like actually like target like an ex-lover's emotions and then have them be flipped? Yep, you can do that. You can do whatever it is you deem fit, but again, law of consequence. Whatever you do, whatever happens afterwards is because of you. Because you made the choice to carry out that action to yield this. And you're the one that has to either fix it or deal with it. There's no right or wrong answer, that's all there is. And you are in control of you, I'm in control of me. I don't have to like what you like, I don't have to like what you like. Same thing both ways. Though the thing is, we both are afflicted and are held to the law of consequence. So whichever happens, whatever you do, and if it affects me, that's your consequence. Whatever I do towards you, that's my consequence. See how that is? There's no right or wrong, it's just, it is what it is. You're going to change, deal with it, or retaliate. That's your choice, not mine. And with that in mind, next video we'll start getting into like taking some intentions and like states of being. And now we're going to do some exercises to actually look at a situation, break it down, then figure out what to swing at or target with spell work, or have spirits come in and help. It can actually be quite fun and kind of silly about how you can technically just outplay something. Because really, the mind has no limitation. But once you realize and that clicks, you could, like for instance, like here's, I'll even throw a short example. Say for an example, you have a, let's say if you're dating somebody and the father is being a pain in the church and preventing you from seeing a person. Okay? Well, the thing is this, okay? Well, since the father is preventing me from coming over there, how about all of a sudden the father now is letting the love interest just go out all the time? Outplayed, just like that. It's something so simple as that. All you have to do is just do head work onto the father and just say, let my love interest go out more and more every week. Love interest comes out more and comes towards you, just like that. Done. You don't even have to really even banefully hex him. You just do the head work and throw words in his head. You can definitely do baneful work, but that way there's no grounds of negative or any form of something retaliating it back at you. Because all you're doing is putting thoughts in his head to actually make him more favorable to letting love interest walk out more. You're not going over there. You're not stepping foot around the property. You're not walking towards it. So you can't be in trouble. Something simple as that. But next video we'll start getting into more exercises and more thinking outside of the box ways, because there's always something that you can do. Even if you gotta take some stabs at like some other areas to make the head part come down more, then start whacking. Maybe that's what you have to do. But everything sometimes takes time, and it takes a lot of strategic planning and thinking outside the box.